Alright everybody, I'm back with you with another StarCraft 2 commentary, and this is going to be PsY in the bottom left corner as the green Terran player. Who plays Terran? Oh my god. Against Sheek Thief, the red Toss in the bottom right. This was a recreational game that we set up on a live stream, I think it was. So we know each other, and it's going to be kind of a fun-mannered game, so it's not too serious. That's why I am playing Terran. So it is a good matchup. However, lots of back and forth, a lot of tug of war, and just keep in mind while you're watching this, be nice. I do not play Terran that much, so I like to go ridiculous strategies, and I like to not know what I'm doing most of the time. It seems to work pretty well. Lots of success with that. So yeah, okay. Sheek Thief getting his pylon out by his door, and I'm gonna do a pro wall off because that's what all good Terrans do, and I am a great Terran. So there is that. Why the fuck are you lagging, you stupid game? Fucking shit. Getting a little bit of harassment from this probe here, but my SCV is kind of on the outskirts right now. Yeah, he is, so he's going to be attacked, but because I am so good with Terran, I'm going to swap out that SCV and do some attacking with the SCV that was building and shoo him away. If you do get this kind of harassment from a drone or a probe, just to get another SCV up there and deal with it that way. Very simple. Now putting down my gas at 13 as well. I have no idea if that's standard or not, but I hope it is. Just kind of dilly-dallying in my base. Doing some scouting. See, now this is the problem with such an early scout. He is scouting useless information. I'm just going a standard build, no kinds of cheese, so he knows that, but if his probe doesn't survive long enough to see anything out of the norm, then it's kind of a wasted scout for him. So that's why I don't really agree with people who scout so freaking early. And there is a little bit of a lag going on right now. Apologize for that. I don't know why it's lagging. Hopefully it will settle down here in a second. Yeah, looks to have settled down, and he thinks I don't see this probe, but I see it, and I'm rolling right next to it. Going to be able to kill that probe. He's not even going to be able to get out. Second rack's going down by my door, doing a wall-in, so still not a beefy wall-in with 3 large buildings. I do have that supply depot there, but it's a wall-in at least. Much better than Zai can do, that's for sure. Meanwhile, at the Protoss base, he's got his gas up, getting a second gas and a cybernetics core. Nothing special happening so far. Doing a little bit of scouting with that SCV, and this Marine is a pro. He has 1 kill, so he is basically Jim Raynor right now. Supply depot. Click, click. Oh my gosh, what is this lag? My computer is supposed to be good and not lagging, you piece of crap. Go up there and harvest some gas. So he's running off 2 gas now. If we look at the income tab, he's got 18 harvesters, so only 12 on minerals. I think that's pretty fast for 2 gas for Toss. I don't know, because his saturation here is pretty poor. Chrono boosting, I do this all the time. Chrono boost for 1 probe, but then forget to get another probe while the chrono boost is still active, so a bit of a waste there on that chrono boost. Now putting down a robotics facility. I don't know if he saw these 2 racks, but a robotics facility would be good against Marauders, but he doesn't have enough intel right now to really make this commitment. I guess he might be going for Colossi. We'll see. I suppose that would be an overall counter to any Rax units. Okay, here's my engineering base. So it looks like I will be going some kind of heavy infantry build, or maybe just get some turrets. Okay, this is laggy as fuck. Let me try to figure out what's going on here. I'll be right back. Okay, I just closed down a bunch of background applications, so hopefully it'll run a little bit better. Okay, that's what my engineering bay was for. I put down a missile turret. I don't know why. I could have blown a scan, I suppose, to see what he's doing, but I think I was afraid of a quick little void ray push here. And instead of getting a lot of Marines, which I actually have quite a bit of Marines, I decided to put down a turret instead. And at this point in the game, I didn't actually know what strategy I was going to be going, so I'm just kind of checking with my head cut off right now. I've got a factory with a tech lab, continuing to get SCVs, which is good, and a couple Raxes pumping out Marines without any attachments whatsoever, so very strange play for me. Kind of just wandering around, lost like a little child. So, actually, you know, he's getting a Stargate, so I have massive foresight powers, and I was able to detect this, and I am now getting my infantry upgrade, so maybe I will be getting some mass rains. Command center on Kulas Ravine is always good because you can lift it off and plant it here, and I'm breaking my rocks just so I can reinforce this command center should he choose to come in through this back door. Backdoors are always favorable in my opinion. He's doing the same to his rocks, taking down his rocks. Stargate almost complete. Going to be interested to see if he gets Phoenix or Void Rays or maybe even a Fleet Beacon. That'd be kind of crazy. Let's see, 250 minerals, Void Ray. No, we're not seeing anything just yet. Doesn't even have the food now. Oh, he's getting a Phoenix, so maybe just for scouting purposes, but I don't know. A Stargate and a Phoenix just to scout is kind of sketch, but we'll see if it does work or not. Still not getting any additional tech on my part, just 2 Raxes and a... Ooh, Siege Tanks. Yeah, love Siege Tanks. Best unit in the game by far, besides Observers. So, got the Siege Tank out. I could just push right now with that single Siege Tank and probably win the game with my micro. Don't know why I didn't choose to do that. That just shows you my weakness with Terran. I'm underestimating how powerful Siege Tanks really are. And this was played, I think this was played before the Siege Tank damage got nerfed. Yeah, I think it was. So they do have 60 siege damage still, so he could have steamrolled the opponent so easily. But he's just going to chill back on the defensive, not getting very much. Another turret kind of near the outskirts of my base. Expansion has been laid down. Rocks are destroyed. I need to keep pumping out the harvesters. It looks like I might have stopped. Now I have queued up 4 SCVs. Such a good player. You can tell how good someone is by how many units they queue up at a command center. And I cancel all of them and queue up 2 more. So I think I was expecting the opponent to have an observer right here and to be looking at my command center to see my SCV production, and that's why I canceled them all, to throw him off and make him think, you know, what is he doing? Is he making SCVs or not? Because that's the kind of information that will win you games. But in this case, he didn't actually have that observer, so that great play was kind of wasted right there. Kind of unfortunate, but you know, I think I'll still do all right. Couple tanks sieged up. He won't be able to attack my front door just because tanks are so strong, and you know, he might be able to squeeze an immortal or a stalker or 2 in here, but that would get destroyed so fast to these Marines. Turret placed marvelously by this pro Terran player is able to shoo off both of these Phoenix, and now busting out the double gas. So I'm going to be going something very gas heavy, it seems, and with 2 orbital commands up, you can afford to do this as Terran. Any other race, you know, I'd be kind of skeptic unless it was like a 3rd or 4th Zerg base, but with Terran, on your 2nd base, you can really just bust out the gas immediately just because these mules are so good at harvesting minerals. And especially if you're trying to fund something crazy. Let's see. Oh, Fusion Core with 2 Stargates with Tech Labs. I think we're going to see some BCs because you no longer need a Fusion Core with Ravens for Hunter Seeker Missile. Oh, nice play though by Sheek Thief, picking up that mule, taking him out. That's going to hurt my economy quite a bit, so very effective Phoenix harass going on here. And they did have the ability to move and fire at the same time at this point. Let me just make sure I'm recording because I have had several occasions where I wasn't recording and I got very mad afterwards. Yes, I am recording. Very nice, very nice. And of course that would cause me to lag, even though it hardly even does anything. Oh geez, what is this? Okay, looks like it's a little bit better now. Quite the army sitting here outside the base. He might be well advised to go around the side, take down these rocks, and push up. I think he'd do quite a bit of damage to me right now. I only have a handful of Marines. Let's look at the unit counting tab. 11 Marines, 3 siege tanks against his, you know, his mixture of ground forces plus the 3 Phoenixes. So I think he'd do pretty well, but of course it's easy to say that when I'm looking from God's point of view. Couple BCs getting pumped out here. Need to get some more supply depots down. Now they're just now being trained. Did I have to call down supply anywhere? No, it doesn't look like I did, so that's good. What's he aiming at? Robotics Bay, 2 forges, Twilight Council, so he is going all sorts of tech here. Twilight Council, maybe see some Colossi pretty soon if he expects some kind of masked Marine build. Still only 2 gateways, but he does have his expansion, so he's matched me on expansions, and the harvester count is nearly identical. I do have the mules going for me though, so that's good. Looks like I might be a little bit ahead in that regard. Still only 3 Phoenixes. Looks like he's kind of cut down on the Phoenixes. Not going to be doing too much harassment with him, I suppose. Attack and armor going down. A couple of mortals. Might be able to push my front door at this point. I am a little out of position. Where are my